Hi Aries, welcome to your What Do I Need to Do reading for July 14th through August 13th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Enchanted Tarot. Love and support to her, and hopefully you get a chance to check her out and show her some love and support as well. This jumped, it's the Seven of Pentacles, being at the crossroads. Considering your options, whether to re-up an investment, as it were, or to bow out, pursue other options. This reading could resonate, it's intended for romantic love, but it could resonate otherwise as far as friendship, family, career, job, that sort of thing. So, because I've had, it's supposed to be romantic love reading for me, but there's been other people saying, oh, that was about, my job or my sister, that sort of thing. Ten of Pentacles. So this is all about considering your options, or being at the crossroads about what you want to do about could be a job, because the Pentacles are showing up, right? Or it could be about your stable, happy home, your relationship as it is now. All right, Aries. Page of Swords. The Magician. The Fool. Five of Pentacles. I feel like I need to turn this. Queen of Pentacles. The High Priestess. Ace of Wands, and now I can't stand that's crooked. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. Look at that. No. Meh. Here's a thought. Maybe it's easier to turn the other camera. All right, letting it stand. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So this is about, again, making choices and figuring out what you want. And perhaps you two are aware of each other. It's like you're kind of you're aware of where each other's at in the circle of friends, but you're not actively talking. Maybe you're talking indirectly through friends, perhaps on your socials or through family. But there's probably some indirect communication going on right now. As far as you two communicating about your issues or what's going on. Maybe you're not even talking outright. Could happen. I think this is about you letting go. Because I think this is about you letting go and finding something else to occupy your interest and time. Because we've got the Ace of Wands and the Fool here, and this is about, we got the Magician here saying, you know what, you have the power, you have the choice to put your energy and time and resources to whatever you want. You might not feel like you do, but you do. And by the same token, if this is a person you're dealing with, consider that they might have a bit too much say or control over your life, and that's why it's like time for kind of a breather and fresh start. But this feels like you're still very actively mentally associating and involving yourself with someone that you're not talking to right now, that you're not actively communicating with. This is someone that you're disconnected from, and you might be pretty upset and sad about that, but it doesn't look like that situation is going to change, and this is all about you withdrawing and pulling back, and eventually finding something new that's coming your way to occupy your time and interest. So it goes from you kind of following this person very silently, kind of lurking, or at least keeping tabs on their whereabouts. If it's not that, it's still very connected to this person as far as mental energy, and wanting to know what to do, like how now, since we're not connected, or what do I do now? Where do I go? Where do I put my interests? Well, that comes after. The first, you've got to disengage and disconnect from actually being concerned and aware of them and all that. So, okay, what's this Magician about? What's this Magician about for Aries? So we got Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Interesting for the players here. Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is you figuring out what you want to do. This is you pursuing what you want to pursue. This could also be somebody who just, the narcissist who cheats. On its face, it could be that. But if we're looking at what you need to do, for starters, you need to figure out what you want. That's for starters. And I think it's twofold too, because this is a position of this could be Leo right here. This is a position of leadership that you could take, but since you don't know how to use what you have, you're not doing anything with it. So okay, there's that. So we got the Fool here, new beginnings. Figure out what you want so that you can have that new beginning, so that you can break away and disconnect from this person that you're not connected to anymore, but still following. Could be dealing with a Capricorn. This is somebody that is, if it's not a Capricorn, doesn't have to be, but it is somebody that's very practical. This could be male or female, but it's somebody that is already disconnected from you. They're doing their own thing. This is someone that's just not involved anymore. And this is about you withdrawing from the situation. Even though you two probably aren't in communication or in a direct contact, you're still very aware of them, and it's hampering you from having a fresh new beginning, a clean slate. There's been a disconnect. There's no communication. This is about you, and they've already, for all intents and purposes, are doing their own thing and are doing what is best for them. This is a very practical person. This is someone that will get theirs. Nothing wrong with that. They're taking care of themselves and they're taking care of their own. So you need to withdraw. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, a Leo, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, Cancer. What's this High Priestess about? For Aries, what's this High Priestess about? Yeah. You need to withdraw from the situation and go inward. So not that you're doing a whole lot actively, but your focus and your attention needs to be withdrawn from them or that outside situation, if this is not a love romantic reading for you. And this needs to be an internal focus now about what you want and about working and shoring up where you feel like you're not up to snuff. This is the Worker card, so it could be working on some internal issues, working on trying to work something out, going inward, connecting to source, or just spending some time listening to your intuition to figure out how to work this situation. It could also be, what do I need to work on? Gosh, I need to get better about this, or I really need to think about my temper, whatever. But it's going inward and keeping the focus on yourself and working on yourself and connecting with what you want, connecting to higher source to figure out what you want, what's best for you, and kind of working on yourself. What's this Ace of Wands? Yay for that. Yay for the Ace of Wands. What's this Ace of Wands about? Oh, look at this. We're suited. Look at this, King of Cups and Queen of Cups. Yay! Okay, what's this Ace of Wands about? Oh, Ace of Wands and the Queen and King of Cups. Ooh, is this a baby? No, right. What's this Ace of Wands? That doesn't feel like a baby. This feels like talking again. Wow! Is that what it is? I spent 10 minutes talking about you need to disconnect and figure out what you want and move on, and then we got... Oh, it's somebody new. Is that what it is? What's this Ace of Wands? So that's the Nine of Swords, Ace of Wands. This is being stressed out, worrying over what's going to happen next. Where am I going to find my next passionate interest, person or otherwise? What's going to happen now? Is there anything new for me? Because you're feeling a profound disconnect here and really anxious about moving on, about starting anew, about what's going to happen next. And you have to some degree, you have a lot of control over that. You have a lot of influence with that. By first thing is to decide what you want and start to move in that direction and go inward and connect to source and start working on yourself. This is not going to be a passive time for you. It is, as far as withdrawing you're not passive already with this lack of connection with the person, but I think your focus has been on this person, this situation, and what's going to happen. You haven't realized it yet probably. You've got everything you need to make what you want happen. It's just, if it's with this other person, I don't know, because it takes two, right? You can't control somebody else. But if what you want is love, what you want is a new job, this is about you pursuing that, right? This is about movement, realizing that you have everything you need to get what you want. The thing is if you want something or someone that doesn't want you, that's the problem, right? So then the trick is to obviously make this work so that you find someone that does want you the way you want them, or a situation that is your best fit with a job, friend, family, whatever. So this is you kind of going through the motions about that, worried about, is it going to happen for me? Will it? Am I missing out? Like just swirling. This is a card of insomnia, of nightmares, worry, and just worry. Been here before, breakup. Oh my gosh. Could also be that this is a new relationship that kind of went sour just as soon as it started, because we got two cards of things being new, and there's worry over that. Like, what happened? Oh my God, is it me again? I don't think so. I don't think this is about a new relationship. Could be an online relationship that things kind of took a turn and your focus is still on that. And when I say I don't think it's on a new relationship, I mean I don't think this is about a new relationship that has just happened. I feel like you're still kind of dealing with the ending of something. And then here we've got this new interest that needs to happen, but it's very difficult for you because you're really wanting to know that everything's going to be okay, and it is. You just don't realize it. And that's all it's really hard to see it, the forest for the trees, when you're in the thick of it and you've got this staring at you, this anxiety, this worry, this just agony, round and round you go in your head about something, and you feel like you're not going to be able to let go of it. It has to let go of you before you can let go of it. You know? This is Queen of Cups. Look at Queen of Cups. Oh, Seven of Wands. Okay, what's this King of Cups about? What's this King of Cups? What's this King of Cups about? Okay, so we've got you being emotionally balanced and happy in the near future, right? But in order to get here, where you're getting what you want, and you're in control of your emotions, and you're not feeling powerless, and you're not feeling defeated by the disconnect anymore, you have to be ready to defend what you want. You have to be ready to kind of come out the other side and be like, no, I know what I want now, and I know what I will and won't accept. Because right now this is a position of lack and worry and deficit, right? The Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. But that, and going inward and connecting to source and shifting the focus on, why didn't this work? What's going to happen? I don't know how. This is you taking the reins right here and bringing the focus back onto you and yourself and what you can work on and improve about yourself, and doing the things that resource you, like a hobby that you enjoy, or bringing the focus back to kind of building yourself back up. And it takes the worry out of what's going to happen next. What about new relationships? Am I going to find that new person or that new situation? To all of a sudden, this is you being connected. This is the act of going, for me, this is going inward to start to connect, to start to listen, to follow a hunch, to figure out, what do I need to do? What do I want to do? And then this is understanding that the emotions get reined in. This is kind of the synthesis of this. This is the intuition. This is logic and work, right? This is being emotionally balanced and emotionally secure because you have figured out what you will and won't do, and now you're ready to stand your ground. So you go from feeling disconnected, or you need to go from feeling disconnected and worrying about that situation, to realizing, I got to make some changes in my life. I got some things to work on. I can't be worried about this situation anymore. I got to get my act together, because as long as my focus is over here, I'm not going to be able to get to a new start with someone else or something else. And I think this is the magic right here. Like, this is what needs to take place. I hear my cat. Okay, this is what needs to take place. The work and the intuition. It's like logic and intuition work together to get this, which is being balanced emotionally, knowing what you want, feeling at peace. There's a calmness. You're feeling emotionally secure. So we go from this Five of Pentacles to this Queen of Cups, and you're standing your ground. I don't think this is about conflict. I think this is about you knowing what you're, what hill you're going to die on, and knowing why, having conviction and being ready to, like being. This isn't about having your back against the wall. Sometimes it is, but for this right here, it's about coming to terms with, well, it's turning the corner, basically. It's moving on. Because this is being emotionally settled. So we go from being scattered and not knowing how to make it work and feeling disconnected and sad. And you see both of these are looking over here at this situation that you're not talking to or that you're not involved with anymore. And yet you're still kind of... And then, so we go from that to right here where there's peace and calm and emotional security and feeling like, okay, I got this. So I don't know if this is you meeting someone, but we're suited here. And I know Aries is a fire sign and Cups is water, but we're suited. So we got King and Queen of Cups here. So this, and happiness, just saying. So this is coming, right? Don't know when, but this is, inside of 6 months, this is what's headed your way. FYI, this typically does not get off the ground until this transmutation happens, until this worry and anxiety about how am I going to do this, what do I want to do, what's going to happen, gets transmuted into that calmness and being emotionally settled. And that only happens when you go within instead of looking without. This is about finding the strength and figuring out what you want and what your needs are instead of waiting for something outside to happen and bring it to you. Okay, shutting up. Right. Confirmation card, please. For Aries. Confirmation card, please, for Aries. Confirmation card for Aries, please. Seven of Wands again, standing your ground. It's not conflict. That's the sense of knowing who you are because you've done the inner work. And you have this strong sense of conviction now, and you know what you stand for. You know what you want. Not feeling disconnected and insecure anymore. What else for Aries? It's just one. I just want one card. What else for Aries? What else for Aries? So this is a contract. This represents a contract. Now, if we're talking about romance, it could be a proposal, a commitment, even legal marriage documents. But it's a way of enacting some sort of official, contract or agreement on, well, you're entering into a contract after that. I'm taking water here just a minute. I'm getting water. Good Lord, I can't use my words right. So, and then this is also the Ace of Wands, which is what we see right here. Doubling down on that. So a new start is imminent. You just got to get emotionally centered. Which is no easy feat when you're, worried. And I mean, it's tough to pull back your attention and refocus it on yourself. But hopefully this tarot reading is a start, right? Because you're starting to look for answers rather than maybe following this person around on social media. Just saying. No shade, just saying pull that back, refocus that. Okay, so anyway, so this has to do with a commitment or some sort of contract or agreement that was made that quite possibly, according to this, is no longer in effect. So just putting that out there. It's kind of confirmation for what this reading is about. It's not really predictive, but it kind of just giving more confirmation. I feel like this, though, is because I feel like whatever conflict happened is done. I feel like this is you after you come out of this whole going inward. It's like you kind of emerge the butterfly. You go in the caterpillar, you emerge butterfly. Okay, right. Analogies aside, I don't do well with my analogies. But you get the idea. What else for Aries? What does Aries need to do? What do they need to know? What does Aries need to know? Aries need to know. Yay! There is strength after this transformation. So something has ended. We see that here with the Death card. This could be Scorpio and Leo. So there's been a definite change and an ending, and again, what to do afterwards. How do I do this? What do I do now? All of that. But with that change, with that death, comes transformation, and we've got the Strength card here. So this is a very good outcome, or a good place to have transmuted to, because this is balance, security. Nothing can shake you because you know what you stand for, you know who you are and who you aren't, and what you want. There's patience, virtue, honesty, integrity, all of that in here, because you're no longer in an offensive position where you're having to be defensive. You don't need to defend something you know. You know what I mean? Like you're good, you're straight, you're fine. So yay for that, because this is where you're coming from right here with this Five of Pentacles and not knowing how to use what you have, or not knowing what to do. So I really like that this this gets transmuted through, you know, there's a transformation going on here. You come out the other side very strong, being grounded. And this isn't always about fighting. Sometimes it's just standing your ground because you know what you believe in, and you know who you are and who you aren't. All right. So Aries, that is what I have for you. So as far as what you need to do, it's taking the focus off of this situation and reinvesting in yourself emotionally and spiritually, figuring out what you want, taking the focus off of what's going to happen to you, or what do I do now, or what do you do now? You do you. That's where the focus needs to be. You do you now. Pull all of this back and go inward. Work on the things you need to work on in yourself. This is happening, but it's going to sit there and orbit around you until you get to a place where you're feeling emotionally secure and calm, and you feel at peace with your decisions, and you know what you want, or you have an idea of, okay, well, this is the hill I'm going to die on in that situation. This is what I will accept. This is what I won't accept. Nope, been there, done that, not doing that again. You know? All right. I hope that was helpful, Aries. I hope to see you in the next reading. This didn't feel like a romantic reading. I mean, it felt like whatever that was ended, but the focus now needs to be on, like, and you needed to hear this. Obviously, just saying. Oh, wait, no. 1, 2, 3. Well, of course you need to hear it, but I thought there were more major arcana in here. Anyway, just don't beat yourself up too much. This wasn't, there was no significant other in here, so it wasn't like a romantic read, like, oh, what are they thinking, or, you know, there's plenty of those, but this is really about you and you coming back home to you after a fallout and on the precipice of a new beginning, and kind of trying to navigate that and what that means for you. Okay, I wish you luck with it. Please be kind to yourself. Baby steps. Okay, hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.